name is Heidie Haugo. I'm the communications director at the North Dakota Corn Utilization Council. And we work with the corn checkoff here in North Dakota. So I just want to give a little bit of a brief overview of what the Corn Council is and what we do, and some of those folks who sit on our board who you might recognize. So here on that first slide, you see our mission statement: to grow a healthy, profitable business climate for the northern corn industry. And that is what we strive to do through all of our work. Here's just a quick slide to show some of that U.S. corn production. I'm sure if you're on today's call, you are growing corn or in that corn industry, and this is maybe something that you're aware of. We office right there in Fargo, so in that red zone in the Red River Valley, but of course represent 13,000 corn producers across the state of North Dakota. Here's just a little bit of a growth comparison for North Dakota corn. We started in 1997. So in that crop year, there were about 579,000 acres of corn and an average yield of about 99 bushels per acre. And we have grown immensely in 25 years. So with further varieties that are better suited to the North Dakota climate, and with technology and advancements in agriculture, we are now looking at about 3.1 million acres and 370 million bushels, which is an average yield of about 131 bushels per acre. So a huge growth in those 25 years. This is just a little information on the value of North Dakota corn to this state. So in the 2022 crop year, we had approximately a $2 billion value of corn production in North Dakota. That was about 2.7 million acres harvested. And like I said, that's 131 bushels per acre average yield at $6 per bushel. We also just completed with the NDSU an updated economic contribution analysis. So we have numbers from 2022 that looked at a 3-year average of 2018 to 2020, and that showed that the corn industry in North Dakota has a $6.1 billion economic impact to this state, and that is the total of production and processing, so grain handling, transportation, ethanol, etc. So huge economic impact to North Dakota. The North Dakota Corn Council, our customers, or those that we're serving, are first and foremost the corn producers in the state, as well as the corn production and service industry and the buyers and end users of corn. Like I said, we are under state law, so we have been authorized under the 1991 North Dakota legislation, that century code there, 4.1 to 04. And this checkoff is authorized for all corn marketed in North Dakota. So corn sold in the state, 1/4% of that value of that sale is taken as an assessment. It goes to the state bank in Bismarck. And then the North Dakota Corn Council board allocates those checkoff funds for research, education, market development, and promotion as well. So both that in North Dakota and nationally, we work with some national partners as well to secure markets for North Dakota corn. These are our Corn Council districts across the state. So we have 7 districts and 7 individuals who are representing the corn farmers in their district on a state level on our state board. We do also have a representative from each county who sits on a representation committee. The Corn Council, like I said, has 7 districts, and those 7 members are elected by their peers. They have the ability to serve 2 4-year terms. Our current North Dakota corn officers are listed there. Our executive team is Tyson Rosenau is the chairman from Carrington, Terry Waylander, the vice chairman in Delamere, and Carson Klosterman from Winemere is our secretary treasurer at this time. Jason Rayner out of Findlay, Justin Quant from Oaks, William Wagner in Nitchie, and Robert Fairby from Halliday, North Dakota are also serving on the board at this time. We are, just a little plug too, we are also having elections this spring for a few of our districts. So if you're interested in serving as a representative for your county, we have elections coming up in districts 1 2, and 5. So if you're interested in serving on the board, please reach out to your county extension agent or give us a call here at the office. We would be happy to help you with that. Here's just a little overview of the corn checkoff funds that have been collected in North Dakota. So this, of course, changes based on how much corn is planted and the value of that crop. So the price of corn. You see in 2022, we had about a $4.8 million checkoff assessment. And those funds are allocated in these following areas. So the research of corn plant production and stewardship, market development, especially through exports. Like I said, we work with some national partners to get corn from North Dakota into international markets, market development as well for ethanol and byproducts like DDGs, and education for farmers on production practices, as well as for the public and consumers on the use of corn and ethanol. I wanted to just do a quick slide here too on research as well. That's a huge component of what we do at the Corn Council. So in 2022 of that budget, about $1.3 million was spent on research funding at North Dakota State University and the University of North Dakota. So those are dollars that stay in the state. And that's about 53% of our checkoff budget that we allocated to research. Those pieces there below are some of the projects that we worked on. So there's the projects in agronomy research for corn production and soil and planting practices, as well as value-added research like consumer uses, bioplastics, latexes, paints, ag economics, and livestock research like the impact of feeding corn-based diets in cattle and things like that. Here's just a quick overview of our research priorities. So just making sure to keep front of mind things that are going to make a huge impact for both production practices, things that are affecting farmers on a daily basis, as well as creating markets for corn. Here are some of those state and national partners that I mentioned. We work with commodity and livestock groups, the North Dakota Ethanol Council, the Northern Crops Institute, our North Dakota universities. We also work with national groups like the National Corn Growers Association, the U.S. Grains Council, U.S. Meat Export Federation, and national ethanol groups to move some of those markets and secure markets abroad as well. Ethanol, of course, is also one of the main uses of corn in the U.S. So here's just a little brief overview of some of the impact that ethanol has in North Dakota. We have 5 plants here, and about 170 million bushels of corn are processed annually. 40 to 60% of North Dakota corn or corn grown in the state is used to make ethanol in the state of North Dakota at one of those 5 plants. So that is also a huge economic driver for our state. Again, our top priorities are providing value to that North Dakota farmer, promoting additional uses of corn. Research is always one of our #1 priorities. Ethanol, a livestock sector, and various uses for corn, and exports of corn, ethanol, and DDGs, as well as education for farmers. So this Getting It Right program today really fits into our priorities, and we're excited to be sponsors and to be here with you today. If you have any additional interest in learning about some of our research projects and the latest updates in that checkoff supported education, promotion, and market development, we did just publish our 2022 annual report. We have those in hard copies, or you can view them online at ndcorncouncil.org. You can also request a free copy at that link, and we can mail one out to you. And I will leave my contact information here. You can also find us on Facebook and YouTube and Twitter, as well as our website, ndcorncouncil.org. So if you have any questions, if you are interested in any more information about the Corn Council or what we do for corn producers statewide, I invite you to go there or to give us a call or shoot us an email, and I'd be happy to answer those. Thank you.